Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the rookie who played his college ball for the Pitt Panthers. So that's Kenny Pickett.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win? Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Bringing him out is the future Hall of Famer, now in his 18th NFL season, Aaron Rodgers.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The Broncos at 10-4 on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Our game here, the 2nd of 3 on this fine Christmas day. Coming up later tonight, the Bucs and Cardinals from Glendale. And then remember, as if your spouse hasn't chided you enough already, more football coming your way tomorrow night. Chargers and Colts on the 26th from Indianapolis. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. 3rd and short, McKinnon. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Running for it, here's Cook. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. They run it again with Cook. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Cook will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Pickett. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. A safety with a sack there, LaMarcus Joyner. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Third and long for Pickett. But he's got his target, Harris. And he'll be out of bounds. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Pickett back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! Will Dissly, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And we are tied at 7. A 10-play drive that time. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Cook following the penalty. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The Broncos in their hurry up trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. On second down, Cook. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. So a bold call, but this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the fourth down conversion. And this one is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And complete to Zach Ertz. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set, and that 3-4... you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They run once more with McKinnon. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Denver's offense ready to go again. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. Zach Ertz has it complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And unable to connect on the long pass. He actually brings it in, but he was out of bounds, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And again, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Give him 32 on the play.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try with McKinnon, and he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Patrick Ricard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken a 4th quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Landry. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here again is McKinnon. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Second down and 3. Ball on the 7. Here's Rodgers to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jerick McKinnon with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Tucker now to add the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. So all eyes on this Rams offense. Down by 10, and time, a huge factor. Here's Pickett. They're going to need a Christmas miracle to pull this one out as they've got it 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pickett to throw. Pass complete, Samuel. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. Pickett trying to get his guys up quickly to the line of scrimmage. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Looking to throw here, Pickett. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Rodgers looking to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Rodgers to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. To throw is Rodgers. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
One final shot for Pickett. Pass complete to Harris. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it, and let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter, but a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve